You know, I've been thinking, I gotta be honest with you. There's something that just doesn't sit right with me. All this time, I've been giving you a chance to be part of something special. And what did I get in return? Nothing. I've been telling you to subscribe, and what do I get? A bunch of you sitting on your hands doing absolutely nothing. I've been giving you the greatest content, the best moments, and all you had to do was subscribe. But no, you couldn't even do that. Well, guess what? You had your chance. And now it's over. You're done. My channel. It's not for you anymore. You don't get to be a part of it. You can sit there if you want, but guess what? You'll never have the privilege of being a subscriber. It's no longer for you. I'm tired of waiting for you to get it. So if you haven't subscribed, you're not a part of this. You never will be. You made your choice, and now I've made mine. And let me tell you, your choice wasn't the right one. So don't come crying to me when you realize what you missed out on. This is the era of greatness. And you, my friend, are no longer a part of it. We're going to be talking about Monday Night Raw tonight. If you caught it today, it came on at 3 o'clock here in the U.S. So if you caught it today, really good Raw. I'm excited because a lot of what I talked about in our last video for the highlights for SmackDown, I mean, I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. So starts off like they've all started off. You know, you got Cena coming out, doesn't even get a chance to speak this time though. Cody's interrupting and coming straight to the ring. I thought they both cut really good promos, but there's just a level that Cena brings. And I mean, you can just, you can feel the difference between him and Cody. I gotta say, one of the funniest things is listening to him basically call Cody a Nepo baby and tell him, you know, everything was handed to him and all this good stuff, when most people who know Cody know that's not true. But it's so funny to listen to. I gotta say though, I thought John, he had me almost agreeing with him. There was moments where I just felt like, hey, wait a minute. Yeah, everything he went through for that title, and here you are, Cody. You know, maybe Cody doesn't understand how much that belt means. Maybe that's the issue. And then of course, you know, the end of the promo, Cody pushes buttons a couple times. John attempts to attack him, gets hit with a crossroads, and we're done. We're in and out on this one. A little bit surprised Cody got the upper hand in the physical part of it, because I'm so torn on whether or not Cody's going to win at WrestleMania, or if it's going to be John, or what's going to happen. There's this part of me, if you watch my last video, I have a whole theory about Randy Orton potentially turning, but Cody tonight getting the upper hand for me really signals that there's a good chance he's going to lose to John. It kind of depends on the next couple of weeks go, but I'm still a little bit shocked though that they let John look almost so weak. But it was strange to me. I really, it's an interesting part of the story. I didn't expect Cody just to catch him in a crossroads. I thought maybe he'd set him up for it and John would get out of it and run out of the ring. But no, he ate it, and that was the end of the segment. But yeah, overall, really good segment, and I think it put a lot more onto the story. And I think each week these guys are doing a really good job at building on to the reasons why, and John's anger just each week kind of keeps getting turned up, and Cody coming out kind of pushing his buttons and taking him to a different limit. I like it overall. I think it's really good. I think it's going to lead to a really good match at WrestleMania. But immediately after this, my boys, the New Day, came out. And I have been clamoring for them to push for the New Day to get a tag team title shot. It's nothing against the War Raiders. I'm ready for the New Day to be the champs. I think we're all ready for it. I'm ready to validate their heel turn. They had them facing the New Catch Republic, which I thought was really cool. It made me a little nervous for 2 seconds because I was like, oh man, is this going to be like a hometown hero win thing or whatever? And no, they didn't allow that to happen. New Day came in. New Day got the win. I love right after the match doing the stare down between the New Day and the War Raiders. I am pumped for this match. I am excited for this, and I hope they just allow the New Day to win. It's the right decision because putting the belts on the New Day validates the heel turn for them. It's going to validate everything that they did to Big E. It's going to validate this entire storyline. So I'm really excited for this match. I think I don't see a way that they have a bad match, but I'm pumped for it, and I really hope Triple H pulls the trigger here and we get a New Day with the tag titles. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I think they'll have a really good run with them too, especially doing a bunch of slimy, sleazy things to keep them, everyone booing them. I think it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a really fun run. So I'm excited to see how that match goes and really excited for hopefully the New Day's tag team title run. Right after this, we get the Jimmy Uso taking on Gunther. And I had a feeling, they did a whole segment in the back between Jay and Jimmy. And when Jay kept saying, be safe out there, be good, I knew there was no way they weren't just annihilating Jimmy Uso. No way. The match overall was really good. And I really love the psychology at the end of it when Gunther picks him up, hits him with the powerbomb, goes down for the pin and pulls him up, hits him with another clothesline, goes down for the pin, pulls him up. And then eventually, continues this until he gets him into the sleeper hold, puts him out, puts him to sleep. You see Gunther let it go after he gets the win, goes to put his belt on, and he started to walk out of the ring, and I'm sitting here and I'm going like, man, you said 10 weeks of hell. And we have not gotten it. Like, there's no way this ends. Of course not. Gunther, the ring general, turns around, and he puts a beating on Jimmy. Puts him back into the sleeper, which you knew he was going to try and lure Jay out. You knew it was going to happen. Puts him back into the sleeper. Jay comes out, and Jay gets in the ring, kind of takes Gunther down, hits him a couple times. Gunther gets out. The little chase scene. Gunther runs away, right? So you think it's over. You think it's done for. I'm like, oh, well, Jimmy's going to make it out of this. But, he did take a beating from Gunther. Jay's going to make it out. As they're walking away from the ring, Gunther comes running up behind and nails both of them. My favorite segment here, though, is Gunther goes to clear the steps. He's going to do the powerbomb to Jey Uso on the steps, which I thought would have been really cool. Instead, he actually ends up powerbombing one security guard and then putting the boots to another one. I thought that was so funny. It was so good. He gets the zip tie off one of the security guards, zip ties Jey to the ropes in the ring. And from this point forward, I think we all knew what was coming. He just laid Jimmy Uso to waste, and he did it perfectly. The timing, the pace of it, it was so perfect and demonic. And all the little moments, too, with Jay, where he's putting him just out of reach. And he's gets him there, and he's showing him it, and he starts wailing on him. And just nailing him. And then he cinches him back up and puts him back in that sleeper hold in front of him with the blood. This is an image that it gives you that film that you're going to play before this match at WrestleMania over and over and over again. Because the reality is this: Jey Uso as a character, right? You can beat Jey Uso down every week, and I think Jey Uso will come back, and it's just Jey Uso. He'll come back and keep trying. You can beat him up every week. You hurt his family, and you crush the man. And I think Gunther's realizing that. So not only did Jimmy disrespect Gunther, but then Gunther said, hey, I'm going to crush your family member, and I'm going to crush the one guy telling you that you can beat me, because you can't. I'm going to take everything away from you before we get to WrestleMania. And I'm going to leave you with your self-doubt. I'm going to leave you not believing in yourself. And I'm going to leave you broken. And Gunther nails this. This was by far my favorite segment that I've seen in a Raw in a couple of weeks. Like, I loved it, and I was so concerned about this. I'm not going to lie to you now. I'm completely hyped for this match again. I can't wait to see what they do next week. I still think Gunther can take it another level. I would love for them to play the angle that I talked about. Injure Jay and play the whole angle of like Gunther just won't stop. Jay's now hurt. Jay has to come to the ring and fight him. I would love it. But right now where this story's at, I think is so good. And I think like Gunther just shows you why he is the best. Like, and this between him and Jay is now, for me, on a new scale. I'm so excited for this match, and it's all thanks to this segment tonight. I thought this was the highlight of the night, and I was pumped about it. Shortly after this, we go into the Penta and Braun Breaker teaming up to take on the Judgment Day. As usual, you know, you get this different side of Finn right before the match where it's all smiles and happiness between him and Dom, and they're excited for, you know, all the good stuff that happened last week, you know, and everything's good, and they're going to go out there and win together, and then Finn's going to get his shot at the Intercontinental Championship again. You can still tell there's this, like, beef between Liv and Finn. That's not going away. Dom's in this weird middle part with Carlito. It's kind of strange. But something's going to implode here, and it's definitely coming. So that you go to the match, and I got to say, Braun Breaker is an absolute freak, man. Him and Penta together on a team, I already knew this was going to be great. But Braun Breaker does a spot in this match with a suplex where he lifts up both Finn Balor and Dom and suplexes them. And it's those kind of things that he can do that you're like, this guy's on another level, man. Just superstar. The match, of course, was good. I mean, I love Finn. I love Dom. I think they do really good work. Finn, one of my most underutilized guys in the WWE. Like, I think they could have done so much for him and really missed the ball. But Finn, man, just so good. Ultimately, thanks to Braun missing and hitting Penta with that big spear, they were able to get the win. Judgment Day takes this one, gets the dub. And as they're leaving the ring, you get two cool moments at the end. You get Penta flipping out on Braun Breaker, which I thought was funny. And then you also get Liv Morgan kind of planting some seeds in Dom's head, you know, like, hey, you know, Finn and you won, but Finn's back here talking about how it was all him. Finn only wins when it's you, and you're a big part of that, and it should be you getting the shot. You know, she's pushing all this. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I think this has to lead to a multi-man match at WrestleMania, and if you can put, I didn't think about this before, but if you can put Finn and Dom in it both, you're going to have that tension between the two of them, and then maybe even have a situation where Dom costs Finn the match. Could be pretty interesting. Could lead to a little bit of a feud there, and it'd be nice to get Finn out of the Judgment Day and hopefully do a run with him, because I just think he's too talented to not be used a little more and win some matches, right? That'd be really nice. And then finally, end of the show here, we get into the women's title match. You have Bianca Belair as the guest referee for Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Just so talented, man. All of them. Every single person in this match is just so talented. I thought the flow of the match was really, really good. I knew it was going to happen. Everyone knew it was going to happen. There's going to be these moments with Bianca where somehow Rhea is getting cost the match because of her. And essentially, they end up accidentally running into Bianca. She goes out of the ring. Rhea hits the riptide and is just sitting there for like a 20 count. And then basically Bianca gets in the ring. Rhea's saying, count, 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 right? She goes to do the pin, and Io kicks out at 2. 1, 2. Ooh, big time for the crowd. The match continues here. Rhea's really upset, but the match continues. Io goes up to do her big missile drop kick, misses Rhea, hits Bianca, and at this point, Bianca goes out of the ring. They're kind of continuing the match a little bit inside. Rhea's looking around. Bianca gets up, says, hey, that's it. I'm done here. Boom, boom, boom. Rings the bell. Double DQ. And then all hell breaks loose, man. Rhea bloody Ripley. They all start battling it. Rhea comes out, starts attacking Belair. You get Io Sky leaping out of the ring and attacking them, doing huge moonsault, man. It was awesome. And then eventually it goes back into the ring, and Rhea ends up getting the upper hand on them. Riptides all around. And then Rhea even takes Bianca up to the second rope, does a riptide off there too, to take us out on the show. And I thought, great way to end it. I think we all knew we were going to find a way to get to this triple threat. The match accomplished what it was supposed to. We're heading to the triple threat. I don't think there's any other way out of it. But overall, like in watching this Raw, I got to say, this is one of the better Raws I've seen in a long time. The crowd is so good over there. And then you also have just all the storylines coming together and everything. I loved it. I really appreciated it. I thought the flow of the show is really good. They're really nailing these Netflix shows. I kind of like this like slightly over 2 hour mark. I think it's really, really perfect for the show. And it allows it to have this like perfect flow where it doesn't overstay its welcome at times. And they're not just kind of jamming extended segments in. So I thought it was really good. And I think if for building me up and getting me excited about a lot of these matches, it nailed it. It nailed it. I loved it. Really enjoyed this Raw and really can't wait for next week. Do want to take 2 seconds and just say, Chad, I hope you feel better. Really worried about my man, Chad Gable, not feeling so great, not going to get to perform in his hometown. So sorry, man. I really hope you feel better. And obviously everyone here at 1-2, wishing you the best and working on your get well soon card. Well, if you haven't already, take the time to please like and subscribe, hit that notification notification bell. It's been a long day. I really, truly do appreciate it and appreciate everyone who takes the time to watch my content and support me. But till next time, I'm 8-Bit Mike.